We do have our interview ready for the Abjured. We are going to be speaking to Chaith after a 2-0 victory over Final Form. Impressive victory over on Temple of the Silent Storm, but I want to take it back a notch to Battle of Kylo. That was quite an exciting match. How are you guys feeling after going up against that comp, staging an incredible comeback?
We're feeling a bit abused, lots of broken keys from mashing buttons, fighting the bunker messers, but we feel pretty good. The 2-0 victory is what we expected coming into to fight Final Form today.
And I know you guys have kind of been playing against this type of composition for a little bit. I mean, over the past week, and you guys have had some, at least luckily for you guys had some practice with it over the past week, I believe, fighting against some of the other teams there in Pro League. However, I mean, we saw that first match rather on Kylo is extremely close. And did you guys kind of feel like you guys found your bearings after that match and you were that much more confident? Or what changed going between match 1 to match 2 to make that domination that occurred in match 2 actually what happened?
So here's the thing. In Temple of the Silent Storm, when we have multiple objectives beyond the 3 points, that's kind of when bunker mesmers fall off. So that is really a problem for their comp. And basically on Kylo, the reason why it was so close, we did try a couple of things out. We made a couple rotation mistakes. Me and Nos attempted one time to 2v1 and beat Ozzy. And what happened was, obviously, it takes a very long time. He sits on point and tanks us both for, I think, around 30, 40 seconds, something like that. And then Zeromus came in and switched out with him. So nullifying all of our effort, basically. So that's why we fell behind on Kylo. But coming into Temple, you have 5 objectives essentially on the map that you have to kind of keep an eye out for at some points, and spread the fights over more points. And it's not going to be as easy for bunker mesmers to work their magic with portal and tanking things. But yeah, I didn't change too much of me. I basically fought a bunker mesmer swinging my hammer both games, all games. So
one thing I want to pinpoint is Toker on the Thief. Thief is obviously not something you see a lot, and Toker is making plays left and right all over the map, doing an excellent job. Now, is that something you see him permanently being on, like that's a part of your composition, you can work around what other teams throw at you, or is he flexible in the sense we know he's played Engineer, he's played Revenant a bit? Is that something we might see in the future from him?
I want to give some shout outs to the Toker God 420 right now. He's playing really well these last couple since I know him.
That Shadow Trap too, man, coming out there.
That Shadow Trap, though. So Toker's rocking the Shadow Trap occasionally versus Bunker Mez comps. He's rocking that Impact Strike to finish people instantly. When he yells on TeamSpeak, oh, he's insta-dead, everyone just gets so hype and like there's no downstate. Because basically, if you guys haven't seen the meta right now, Revenants use Infused Light and the Bunker Mesmers put the resistance on the body, and they just get everyone up instantly as soon as they go down. So the Impact Strike actually going off is super important. It makes us more happy than you could possibly know to see that happen.
Yeah, that was definitely something we noticed that first match actually with Toker getting that Impact Strike, definitely a huge pickup. However, a lot of people have been talking about that Bunker Mesmer build, and it's been kind of a big issue, a lot of buzz being stirred around it. But you guys found a lot of different ways to actually deal with that Bunker Mesmer, and we've seen Ozzy and Zeromus go down in that first match actually quite a lot. How did you guys manage to actually take them out? Because I actually remember them being dropped a little bit because they would be coming into fights one by one by one, trying to kind of fill holes, fill gaps, and how did you guys manage to do that?
So what Bunker Mesmers do is they spend cooldowns to 1v1. So I'm fighting a Bunker Mesmer, I'm swinging my hammer at him all day. He's blowing Well of Precognition, he's blowing his like Chaos Storm, he's doing Shatters, even maybe occasionally like a Continuum Split. And then when they rotate out, not only do they have travel time, where they're being out-rotated for when they walk around all the time to switch people around, they have to make up for that using Portal. But when they get to the fight, oftentimes they're a bit drained and they don't have all the cooldowns to go dump something on a res and get it. So essentially when they go for reses, we just cleave it all out and eventually get the Bunker Mesmer low enough to when he wipes, then they all wipe, kind of. So the only real way to get a kill and get the game going these days is to actually kill them all at the same time with AoE pressure, which is very unfortunate. You can't really get a kill until the Bunker Mesmer is dead, and he's the last to die. So it's just a very slow and a very slow-paced tanky meta we're working with right now. And you may see ways to deal with Bunker Mesmer, but to be honest, there's not really that much you can deal with it. It's kind of a lose-lose situation sometimes. You get in with Bunker Mesmers. You can't really... It nullifies the mechanical skill of who's better in the 1v1, because it's unkillable for every 1v1. So Yeah, there's pluses and minuses, but Bunker Mesmer obviously has to be played with in a certain way.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, and congrats on your victory over Final Form, taking them
Thank
out
you.
2-0. That was Chaith from The Observer.